Have you ever wondered why your legs feel weaker as the years go by, even when you're doing your best to eat healthily and stay active? You're not alone. At Organic Awakening, we're all about uncovering the hidden truths that can transform your health naturally. And today's topic might just surprise you. Most people believe that all fruits are good for you. They're natural, right? But here's the shocking truth that almost no one talks about. Some fruits could be silently sabotaging the strength of your legs, especially if you're over 60. Think about it. The foods you consume directly impact the health of your muscles, joints, nerves, and blood circulation. And as we age, choosing the wrong fruits can mean the difference between staying strong and mobile or struggling with pain, weakness, and dependency. So today, we're diving deep into the worst fruits that older adults should avoid to protect the strength and health of their legs. Let's get into it. Pineapple, the silent trigger of inflammation. Many older adults believe that pineapple is a healing fruit, often praised for its enzyme bromelain, said to aid digestion and reduce inflammation. But what most people over 60 don't know is that this tropical fruit can quietly become a serious enemy for your legs, especially if consumed frequently. The truth is hidden beneath its sweetness. As we age, our bodies become more sensitive to natural sugars and acidic compounds, both present in high amounts in pineapple. When these sugars flood your system, they spike blood sugar levels, which over time can damage the small blood vessels that nourish your legs. The same vessels that keep your calf muscles strong, your knees flexible, and your feet firm. This isn't about energy. It's about inflammation and how the sugar and acid ignite a storm within the body of an older adult. What starts as slight discomfort in the thighs or a dull ache in the knees may seem innocent. But for many older adults, daily pineapple snacks gradually create a persistent inflammatory state, especially for those already dealing with arthritis, joint stiffness, or poor circulation. You may notice more swelling in your ankles. Standing up may feel more challenging. Your legs may tire more quickly. And that's not just aging. That's an even more concerning reaction. Bromelain in pineapple can also interfere with medications commonly used by older adults, such as blood thinners, worsening inflammation, and even increasing bruising or leg weakness. The effects can be subtle at first, which makes it so dangerous. You think you're making a healthy choice, but unknowingly, you're feeding the fire inside your joints. So, the next time you reach for a slice of pineapple, ask yourself, is this fruit really helping my body, or is it holding me back? But pineapple is just the beginning. What if I told you that one of the most popular fruits for muscle support might be draining your energy, bite after bite? Let's talk about bananas. Bananas, the muscle imposter. For decades, bananas have been praised as the ideal fruit for muscle support, especially due to their potassium content. Many older adults consider them a daily staple, a soft, easy-to-digest snack that seems perfect for aging bodies. But what if I told you that this familiar yellow fruit might be undermining the strength you're trying to protect? As we age, the body's ability to process sugar and starch changes. Bananas, especially ripe ones, are rich in natural sugars and fast-burning carbs that quickly convert to glucose. When that sugar hits your bloodstream, it doesn't just give you energy. It triggers insulin spikes that, over time, contribute to insulin resistance, weight gain around the legs and stomach, and, worst of all, weakened circulation in the lower extremities. This means less oxygen and fewer nutrients reach your leg muscles, causing them to tire faster, recover slower, and grow weaker week after week. You might notice your legs feeling heavy after meals, a sense of tightness in the calves, or even a strange discomfort when climbing stairs. At first, it's subtle, but over time, it increases, especially if bananas are part of your daily routine. Unlike younger bodies, the senior body doesn't recover immediately. With age, even choices that seem healthy, like bananas, can become silent saboteurs. What's even more alarming is how bananas can increase water retention in some older adults, particularly those with heart issues. That fluid accumulates in the ankles and feet, causing swelling that makes movement painful and balance more difficult. You're not just tired, you're overloaded. We've been told that bananas give us energy, but maybe it's time to ask, is that energy real or just a quick burst before the crash? And if bananas, long considered a safe fruit, are silently damaging your legs, imagine what tiny grapes might be doing to your joints and feet. Let's take a closer look. Grapes. A small fruit with a big inflammatory impact. At first glance, grapes seem harmless, even comforting. They're soft, bite-sized, and often associated with heart health and longevity. Many older adults keep them on the counter or in the fridge, thinking they're making a light, healthy choice. But beneath that sweet skin lies a silent danger, one that can slowly erode the strength of your legs, your mobility, and your daily comfort without making a sound. The danger lies in fructose, the natural sugar that gives grapes their addictive sweetness. Unlike glucose, which your body uses for energy, fructose is processed in the liver, where it's more likely to convert into fat and uric acid. For older adults, this can quickly become a problem, especially if you're already dealing with joint pain, stiffness, or fatigue in the lower body. When uric acid builds up, it settles in the joints, and it doesn't take much to trigger an attack. Gout, one of the most painful conditions for aging legs and feet, often starts with an apparently harmless indulgence, a small bowl of grapes. But the result can be devastating. Swelling, burning, and sharp pain in the toes, ankles, or knees, often at night when you're trying to rest. Even without gout, fructose-rich fruits like grapes can amplify inflammation. And for an older body already under stress, that inflammation is like throwing gasoline on a fire that's still burning. What makes grapes even more deceptive is how easy it is to overeat them. You don't need a big portion, just a handful here, a few while watching TV, some with breakfast, and the sugar quickly adds up. You won't notice the effects immediately, but over time, your legs start to tell the story. Stiff joints, tight calves, slower movement, and a growing pain that no one else can see, but that you feel every time you try to stand up from a chair. So, if something as small and sweet as grapes can have such a big impact, what about fruits that seem refreshing but hide even more sugar? You'd be surprised at the truth about watermelon. Watermelon. Nostalgia wrapped in sugar. Watermelon reminds us of summer picnics, childhood joy, and the simple pleasure of a fresh, juicy slice on a hot day. For many older adults, it seems like the perfect fruit, packed with refreshing water and easy on the teeth. Watermelon might be silently working against the strength of your legs, and the worst part is that you might not even notice it. The problem isn't just the sugar, it's how quickly that sugar floods your system. Watermelon has one of the highest glycemic indexes among fruits, meaning it causes a rapid spike in blood sugar. For older adults, especially those facing prediabetes, diabetes, or poor circulation, that spike is more than just a number. It's a red flag. When blood sugar rises too quickly, inflammation follows, and your lower limbs, already more vulnerable with age, start to bear the consequences. You might notice that your legs feel strangely tired after meals, or that a light walk leaves your calves feeling sore. This isn't just aging. It's sugar coursing through your bloodstream, causing oxidative stress and straining the delicate nerves and blood vessels that keep your legs moving. Even worse, the body responds to excess sugar by retaining fluids. And where does that fluid go? To the soft tissues, your ankles, knees, and feet. All the places where movement begins to hurt, and stairs start to feel steeper than they used to. Watermelon deceives us because it feels light, but it behaves like candy in the body. For those over 60, whose systems process sugar more slowly and recover less efficiently, it can quietly speed up the loss of mobility. A slice here, a few cubes there, and soon your legs are telling you that something isn't right. But if watermelon, a fruit mostly made of water, can cause so much trouble, what about fruits packed with acid that claim to boost your immune system? The next one might surprise you. Oranges, the acid attack on joints. Oranges have long been celebrated as a symbol of health, full of vitamin C, associated with cold prevention, and often recommended as part of a balanced diet. Many older adults start their day with a glass of orange juice, believing they're doing something good for their bodies. But as comforting as this habit may be, the truth is far more complicated and far more dangerous for aging legs and joints than most people realize. Behind its bright color and tangy taste, oranges contain a high concentration of citric acid, a compound that, in excess, can irritate inflammation in the body, particularly in the joints. For older adults already living with arthritis, bursitis, or general joint sensitivity, this acid can act like sandpaper on cartilage that's already fragile. The result? A gradual stiffness in your knees when you wake up, discomfort in your hips that lingers all day, and that all too familiar feeling that your legs lock up after sitting too long. It's subtle until it's not. But acid isn't the only problem. Oranges, and especially orange juice, are also high in natural sugars that, when consumed frequently, begin to disrupt insulin balance in the body. This can lead to systemic inflammation that not only targets the joints but also affects muscles, blood vessels, and connective tissues, especially in the lower body. Over time, older adults may notice not just joint pain but also reduced range of motion, swelling around the knees or ankles, and increasing instability when walking or standing. It's easy to assume that a fruit as fresh and familiar as an orange couldn't possibly be harmful. But the body at 60, 70, and beyond doesn't bounce back the way it once did. The same orange that once energized you may now be slowing you down. Mango. The sugar bomb for your joints. There's no denying the pleasure of a ripe mango. Its golden flesh, sweet fragrance, and creamy texture often bring back memories of warmer days and family gatherings. For many older adults, mango feels like a tropical escape, a guilt-free treat to enjoy. But beneath that sweet softness lies one of the most concentrated sources of natural sugar in the fruit world. And for aging bodies, especially your legs and joints, that sweetness comes at a steep price. One mango can contain over 45 grams of sugar, more than a standard can of soda. This sugar level causes a rapid spike in blood glucose. And while your younger self might have handled it easily, the senior body doesn't respond the same way. As we age, insulin function slows down, and sugar remains in the bloodstream longer, leading to significant inflammation, especially in soft tissues like the knees, ankles, and hips. What follows is a sense of heaviness in the legs, uncomfortable swelling around the feet, and a loss of muscle endurance that can leave you winded after walking only short distances. Even more concerning, the sugar in mango can irritate nerve endings, particularly in people with diabetes or early neuropathy. That burning sensation in your feet at night, the tingling in your toes, it might not just be from aging. It could be that healthy fruit you ate after dinner. And because mango tastes light and refreshing, it's easy to overeat. You may not notice it, but your body keeps count, and your legs, the very limbs that carry your independence, are the first to suffer. So before you reach for that next mango smoothie or bowl of tropical fruit, ask yourself, is the sweetness worth the slow, steady damage it leaves behind? What should seniors eat instead? When we discover that the fruits we once trusted might have been silently working against us, it's natural to feel frustrated, even betrayed. But knowledge is power, and with it comes the opportunity to change, to choose more wisely, and to give our bodies what they truly need in this sacred chapter of life. Because aging is not about giving up. It's about learning to live better, with purpose, clarity, and care. For seniors, especially those feeling the aches of time settling into their legs, the solution isn't to abandon fruit altogether. Instead, it's about choosing fruits that heal, not harm. Those that nourish without overloading your system, that support circulation, relieve inflammation, and give you the strength to get up, walk, and move freely again. Start with berries, nature's true anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Blueberries, raspberries, and blackberries are rich in antioxidants, low in sugar, and gentle on your blood sugar. They work quietly in the background, protecting your cells, calming inflamed joints, and improving circulation, especially to the lower extremities. Cherries, in moderation, offer similar relief, particularly for those struggling with gout or arthritis. Their compounds help reduce uric acid and diminish flare-ups that can steal your mobility without warning. Then there's the silent strength of avocado. Creamy, satisfying, and packed with healthy fats that cushion your joints and reduce internal swelling. Unlike sugary fruits, avocados help regulate insulin, keeping energy levels steady throughout the day. They don't spike you, they support you. Papaya is another gentle ally. Its enzymes aid digestion, its vitamins soothe inflammation, and its texture is easy on the aging digestive tract. For those who have grown tired of hard fruits and acidic bites, papaya offers calm, comfort, and energy. Even pears, when consumed in moderation and paired with protein or fiber, can provide gentle sweetness without the crash, helping your body, not burdening it. At this stage in life, your food should work with you, not against you. Each bite is a choice, toward strength or away from it, toward clearer mornings and easier steps.